Does size matter? Yeah, it does. After all is said and done, you never walk, you never run, you're a winner. Got the rules, you know the street. Break the rules, protect the heat, you know nobody's fool. Hello again. We're going to do another versus video. We're going to be a little bit different today. Basically, not too long ago, my friend Cho, he sent me in the post Combiner Wars Rodimus, which is lovely. He's very, very nice. But he doesn't scale very well with the rest of the Combiner Wars, as you can see. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the thinking was behind this. I'm not exactly sure why they decided to make it a lot smaller, because it actually is used as a chest piece for... I can't remember his name. But you put the little thing on his chest like so, and then he fits on the chest piece, and then you're done. The only trouble is, if you have all of the Combiner Wars figures from that range, and you put them in car form next to each other, they don't scale at all. It's tiny. As you may know, I have contacts in China, and they send me things quite regular, and I occasionally see things and I think that's worth getting, or I might think that might be worth selling on. And I noticed some people have been having the knockoff Powerglide that has been doing the rounds at the moment. And I saw some of those and I thought, well, I'll buy some of those because I won't mind selling a couple of those on. And they were a reasonable price. And when they came, I opened them up and had a play with them. And the quality is very, very good. As you may know, if you have one of these KO Powerglides, it's very, very good. It's tip-top. But also, on the sites that he gave me links to, I came across this. This is an oversized Combiner Wars Rodimus by the same people who make the oversized Powerglide. So, should we do a comparison and should we see if it's any good? Let's do it. Let's have a fight. Fight. So let's start off in the car forms and put them side by side against each other. As you can see, we're talking about 1.5 times bigger than the original one, which is pretty good. So size comparison of this guy compared to a deluxe figure, which is the Sunstreaker again, it's not quite there. It's a little bit out, but it's a lot better, a lot more in keeping with the scale. Not quite, but nearly there. Where this is probably, this guy's twice the size of this guy. He's about 1.5, maybe 1.75 times bigger. I'm not exactly sure. I've not got my micrometer out. I've not got my calculator out. So, anyway, size-wise, he's pretty good, but he's not quite there. So, is he deluxe size? Not quite. Not quite. But he's pretty good. Are they the same? Let's have a look. On the tail section, as you can see, this one has a full, whatever this thing is, and this one only goes halfway up. The actual end piece on this one is rounded off, where this one is more straight. Apart from that, the actual tail section is about the same. When you take the tail sections off, you can actually see the paint sections inside the where the toes are. This one has like moulding on of it, and it's painted right way to the bottom. This one doesn't have the moulding, and it's painted. So it's not bad. The paint on the bonnet is where there's some slight differences. Whereas in the original one has paint that goes all the way up the bonnet, and it goes from the bonnet onto the wings, and these are the arm sections, so that the paint and the arms are all in one. The actual KO has the paint missing, whereas this has probably been painted separately and they didn't bother painting the ones that are on the arms. But apart from that, it's not that much of a difference. It's not that much of a game changer. The paint on the windscreens is exactly the same. There's a slight bit of paint missing off the bonnet section. The lights are exactly the same. The paint on the windows on the side is very, very nice. In fact, it's slightly better. I don't know if you can see that. It's slightly better on the KO than it is on the original. The paint on the bonnet on the windscreen at the back is exactly the same. Apart from that, yeah, not much between them at all. So what's the quality like? Are they a very similar quality? The transformation is very, very simple, and we will just show you the transformation on both. Flick up the bonnet of the Rodimus, fold out his arms, fold him up over the top, twist the arms out, fold it over the back, job done. KO, identical transformation, pull the arms out, unhook the bonnet, fold it over the back, fold over the arms, unhook the legs from each other, very good. So as you can see, when they stand next to each other, there's a good size difference between each other, and the actual detailing on them is just upscaled. It's identical. The head sculpt is exactly the same as it is on that one. The only difference is this one has got an Autobot symbol on his arm, where this one hasn't. This has got 5mm ports, so it can hold weapons, but this also has 5mm ports, so there's been a little bit of remoulding done. Is the quality of this guy good? Yeah, tip top. It's really good. It's surprisingly good, actually. I first picked it up and I thought, is it exactly the same kind of plastic? And if you picked up the Powerglide, you'll know that the Powerglide feels like a genuine Transformer. This feels like a genuine Transformer. There's nothing on it that makes you think that it's not. If this had a little Autobot sign on it, you'd be very, very struck. It's not loose. The joints are nice and tight. The wheels roll. It's all around very, very good. The only disadvantage, the only fault that I find with this one, is that it should have had a little peg so he can peg his little fins at the back. So he holds his fan, his wing part of the back like a weapon. This is exactly the same instance. You use the wing as a weapon, holds it in his hand, 5mm port. Very, very good. Would I recommend this thing? Absolutely. I mean, I will scale, just so you know, I'll scale it with a Combiner Wars smoke screen. As you can see, it's a little bit short, but it still scales better than that. This is a great little toy. But if you wanted to just have a Rodimus to fit with your Combiner Wars figures, I don't think you could go wrong by getting one of these bad boys. And they're very, very reasonable at the moment. Where this thing in the shops, so you can see in the UK, is about, I think it's £10.99, which is the same price as the Wheelie, which is the same price as the Shockwave and all the rest of them. This is a lot cheaper than one of these. And this scales better with one of these. So would I recommend it at the end of the day? Definitely. If you can find one, go buy one. Hope you enjoyed this little versus video. It's not the same as the other versus video that we normally do, which has got all the different categories in. I thought I'd just do a little tiny versus video just to So what you think? So who wins at the end? We win.
You win.
Have fun. Be good to each other. Go visit Transformers and such. And I think that's it.